Okay, we're back in VCarve, working on adding the additional tool paths that we need to complete this project, or at least the VCarve portion of this project. Just so you got an idea what we did last time, if I click on these boxes, I can actually see the lines that represent where the tool is going to go to make the different cuts. You'll notice that I changed the numbers for those folks that have holes in the middle of their numbers, just to see what that looks like. All right, I'm going to also edit this VCarve operation and change the name so it says 60 degree in front of it, just so I remind myself what bit I'm using. I'm just going to hit calculate again. All right, close, back to my design area. If you use the center button on your mouse, you can scroll in and out. If you hold that center button down and move it left and right, you can pan around. So if you're having trouble navigating something, you should be able to know how to do. All right, so right now we have an operation that creates a pocket. We have a VCarve operation. We need to cut out this ring, but we also want to put a little detail on with the same 60 degree bit that we used for the VCarve operation. So actually, you know what? I'm going to change that 60 degree bit to a 90 degree bit. That would work better. All right, so we're going to edit this to 90 degree. Double click on this, go to select, change your bit. If you haven't done it yet, we're going to change to a 90 degree bit for the VCarve operation. Hit OK. Change the name to 90. And let's make sure the feed rate's good. Yep. Okay. Hit calculate. The reason I switched it to a 90 is because I want to use a 90 for the detail we're going to add to the outside. So close that out. We're going to do a profile toolpath next. And we're going to use that same 90 degree bit. And the depth of cut is going to be 1/4 of an inch, which is going to give us 1/4 of an inch detail on the edge of our oval. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. So in this case, instead of being on the outside or the inside of our vector, we're going to go right on the vector. So it's very important that you select this guy right here. We don't want to do that for our letters. We do want to do it for this. So this is what we want to be selecting. Your outer oval is selected. We're on the line, 90 degree bit, 1/4 inch depth, and I'm going to call it 90 degree here so that we make sure we know which bit we're using, and hit calculate. If we preview, I'm going to reset the preview. If we preview all of our toolpaths right now, you can see the one that I just made is this toolpath that creates this outer detail right here. All right, and then we have to cut this thing out. So the last one we're going to do is going to go back to a 1/4 inch bit and cut that out. So we're going to go back to our street numbers here. We're going to close this, go to Profile Toolpath, and in this case our cut depth is going to be 0.76. We're going to go 10 thousandths below the surface. So when we cut, we can do this in 3 passes. We're going to select the same 1/4 inch straight bit that we used to begin with. This case we're going to be on the outside of the line, and it's really important that we're going to add tabs, and we're going to leave our tabs a 1/2 inch long and a 1/2 inch thick as well, 0.5 thick. And we're going to call this 0.25 profile. We're going to hit the edit tabs, and it's going to allow us to add tabs where we want to add tabs. It's really important that you put the tabs in these locations because we're not going to have any material left anywhere else. So we're going to put 4 tabs in these locations. The tabs are indicated by these little T's that are in the yellow boxes. If we hit calculate now, it's going to give us a warning that we're cutting deeper than our material, which means if we don't have a spoiler board below this, we're going to cut into the table. That's a good warning to be aware of. Hit OK. Now if we preview all toolpaths, you can see that it actually cuts out our oval. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to export your artwork so that we can bring it into the Torchmate software to cut out the metal plate that's going to go inside. Don't forget to hit save.